Alright, so it's time to assemble our walls on our doghouse. It's going to be the two walls on the 36-inch sides. I've labeled, I have all the wood that I need here. I have my 1x12 or 1x4x12s for my little studs. These two will be our bottom and top plate, and this will be our double top plate. So just to give you an idea, it's going to look like right here on this side. So okay, let's get going on it. So the first thing that I think would be best to do would to be put down our bottom plate. We know that the other wall is going to be going this way, so we need to measure in the thickness of that board, the bottom plate on this wall. So if you can see, I've already done it right here, but what I did is I went over to my measuring tool right here, my tape measure. I snapped it to this top corner. I went over, and I know that the thickness or the width of that board is 3.5 inches. So 3.5, enter. Alright. Okay, now I'm going to grab, select one of my bottom plates here, and I'm going to say move, and I'm going to pick this corner right here, and I'm going to and actually I didn't pick the right one, so I'm going to just click, and I'm going to reselect here, and I'm going to snap it to that little guide that we made, but it's not facing the right direction, so we need to fix the orientation of it. So here's how we do that. We go over here to our move tool, select rotate, click this top surface, and I'm going to go out on the red axis or axes and click and make sure that it snaps to the green one. That way I know it's 90 degrees. Now I'm going to move it again. So good practice moving stuff. Click here, go to move. Make sure I select this bottom corner here, and then I want to snap it to this point that I made, this guide point. And now if we look, it is spaced correctly. Now a little secret here, instead of having to grab this other one and move it over here and orient it all right, I can cheat, and you guys are gonna be mad at me because I made you make all these, but you can actually just copy and paste this, and then I'm gonna line it up with this edge, and I'm gonna click, and then I'm gonna click and grab this corner, and you can see how it's following that red line. Shows me that it's in line with that other board. Oop. Let's see here, let me zoom out and then zoom back in. So it'd help if I guess I could always pan first, but I'm being stubborn here. Okay, and then it's gonna actually snap. I don't know if you saw that, but it snapped to the edge there. Whoa. Okay, where'd we go? There we are. I guess I'm gonna have to pan. Alright. I wish there was a better way to pan that didn't mess up everything. But here we go. Once again, go to move. And if you look, it's following that red axis, or axis, sorry. There we go. It's kind of late tonight. I'm mixing up my words here. But alright, there we go. Alright, okay, so now I could start placing in my studs. So I'm going to go ahead and select a stud. Before I select it, I'm actually going to orient it the right way. So I'm going to go here to move and rotate. And I'm going to pick on this side here. It's actually, they call that an edge. It's the edge of the board. And I'm going to come out a little ways. I can see that I'm on the red axis, and I'm going to click. I'm going to rotate till it snaps right there. It snapped to the blue one. Alright, now I have to actually rotate this again. So I'm going to go on the top here. And sometimes this can be a little confusing, but the top one is going to get us what we want. And I'm going to let it snap there to the red. Alright, now I can move this where I want it. So, right here, go to my move tool. I want to click or snap it to this corner here, because it's going to go right on the edge of this board. Right there. Once again, I made you guys build all these, which is good practice. But we can actually cheat and just copy and paste this where we need it. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, copy, right click, paste, and then I'm going to snap it right here. Sometimes it helps to zoom in. Looks good. Okay, I'm going to flip it this way, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste again. And then actually I'm going to flip over here, snap it to that point. I'm going to right click and paste one more time. And it looks like it's over here again. So I mean, I can move that point, but sometimes it's easier just to rotate. Oh, and I'm going to have to move the point because that's not going to line up right. So what I can do is I can just, for right now, put it right there and then reselect this point and then snap it. Okay, so man, we're cooking right along. If we look at our wall here, we've got everything except we need this middle stud and then our top plates. So let's go ahead and find out where this middle stud is going to be. We want it in the center of this, and we know that it's 2 feet 5 inches, which is 29 inches. So half of 30 is 15. So half of 29 is 14.5. But it also shows us the center right there, midpoint. So it's kind of a nice little feature for us. So let's see if we can, and I've never tried this. Let's duplicate this. So I'm going to paste it, and let's just put it right here for now. Let's see if it lets us select the center of this board. Oh my gosh, it does. Okay, so we select the center of that. Then, ooh, right there on the midpoint. There we go. Now, if it didn't do that, we could have measured and drawn a line and made a little point to snap to. It makes it easy for us. So, let's go ahead and do it one more time. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to paste it again, bring it over here. Okay, for right now I'm just going to put it off the midpoint, and then I'm going to scroll in, make sure I'm getting the center of this. There we go, there's our midpoint. Now, we've got to find the midpoint of our bottom plate right there. Man, this is too easy. Okay, knock on wood, right? So now what I can do is I can take this bottom plate and I can copy it, and I can paste it, and I can snap it right here to the top. Once again, right click, paste. Let's see, where's our point at? I don't see it, so I'm just going to click randomly. I'm going to reselect it to here, and then I'm going to snap it here. Alright, so we're on the home stretch here. All we have to do is, it's going to have a double top plate to tie our walls together. So you have to select one of them over here. And you know, for right now, I think I'm just going to move it closer. So, and you know, one thing that you guys might be experiencing is that your board is not perpendicular or parallel to our platform here. So you might have a board that, let me show you. If we go to our move tool, rotate, you might have one that is a little scawampus like that, and that's okay. You can always fix that. So first off, let's go ahead and move it and just get it close to where it needs to be. So once again, I want to find the center of this one, the midpoint, and then I want to snap it to the midpoint of this board. And it's going to be a little weird because it's not quite lined up perfect, but there it is right there. Okay, now all that I have to do is get my rotate tool and pick this plane here and snap it to the midpoint right here and rotate it, and you can actually snap it to that the green axis, and now I know that it's in line because the other one's on the green. Okay, but we're gonna have to move it again, so I'm gonna go to my move tool, and I'm gonna find I'm gonna find on this edge the midpoint, and sometimes you have to like get a better angle, so I'm just gonna zoom out and find a better angle. Right there looks a little better. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and find that midpoint again. There it is. And then I'm going to okay, change my angle a little bit. Bam, there's a midpoint. Okay, a little more work, but hopefully that helps if your board isn't straight. Okay, I can get rid of this dimension. I don't need it anymore. Okay, so now I can just click, right click, copy, right click, paste, and you just get it close and click, and then find the midpoint, re-click it, and then find the midpoint here, click it, and that is it. Okay, I'm not going to get rid of these boards because we can still use some of them for our other walls. But for now, just get these two walls built, and then in the next video I will show you how to build this wall and the wall here where the door is going to be. And once we have these finished, I mean that really is a lot of the hard part of this design, and we'll be just moving right along. Alright, thank you.